Welcome to Lunenburg, Nova Scotia. All right, so today we're doing something a little different. We're going on an adventure down to Lunenburg, Nova Scotia. We are going to check out all the sites Lunenburg has to offer, from breweries, distilleries, local shops, museums, and more. And we're also going to stay at the Lunenburg Oceanview Chalets. So I'm going to be staying in a one-bedroom cedar log chalet, and it's located only a 4-minute drive from the downtown historic Lunenburg area. We'll do a full walkthrough when we get there, but it looks really nice. Love that log cabin look. Should be an absolute time. My wife Genevieve is going to join me tomorrow as she's got some work to do today. It's a beautiful day, so let's go. As far as amenities go, it's got a lot. Some of the highlights include a barbecue, it's got a queen-size bed, it's got an air-jet tub, it is pet-friendly, and each of the chalets has their own Wi-Fi. It's not shared between all the chalets. And as far as the reviews go, they've got a really high rating at 4.86. They've got a lot of 5-star reviews. Everyone says how much they loved how everything was laid out and how it looked. The fact that it had everything you needed there, the fact that it was really close to walk or drive downtown. It's very clean. And everyone says how great the owner and manager are, Clive and Basil. Lunenburg, Nova Scotia is a picturesque and historic town nestled on the southern coast of the province, on the edge of the Atlantic Ocean. Known for its vibrant, well-preserved architecture and charming harbor, Lunenburg is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, primarily due to its unique example of a British colonial settlement that developed from the 18th century onward. The town's streets are lined with colorful wooden houses, many dating back to the 18th and 19th centuries, creating a distinct maritime character that is a major draw for visitors. Lunenburg was founded in 1753 as a settlement for Protestants, particularly from the German-speaking regions of Europe. The town grew quickly, with its economy tied closely to the sea, especially fishing and shipbuilding. The harbor, which remains an active port to this day, was integral to the town's success, and the famous Blue-Nose schooner, often considered Canada's national symbol, was built in Lunenburg in 1921. Now, Lunenburg's proximity to the Atlantic Ocean and its long history of maritime activity means that it has seen its fair share of colorful characters, including bootleggers and pirates. Today, Lunenburg thrives as a hub for cultural tourism. The historic buildings, many of which are lovingly restored, have made the town a popular destination for history enthusiasts, photographers, and artists. Visitors can explore the Lunenburg Academy, walk along the picturesque streets, and visit the Fisheries Museum in the Atlantic, which tells a story of the town's fishing heritage. The town also celebrates its maritime roots with various events and festivals, including the Lunenburg Folk Harbor Festival and the Blue-Nose 2, a replica of the famous schooner which is still actively used for sailings and promotional events. So behind me here, all these places are some really cool restaurants, lots of great seafood, and all kinds of other cuisine as well. There's a bunch of little stands and that, local vendors. It's pretty cool stuff. So just back here, there's a few different boat tours. You can go deep sea fishing, or you can just go out on different boat tours. They have sailing tours, and in fact, at some points, there's the Blue-Nose 2 is actually in dock here, and you can take an actual tour on the Blue-Nose 2, which is really cool. It's a little bit after 2 p.m. and we can't check into the chalets until 3 p.m. So we've stopped off at Lightship Brewery and we're gonna have a quick pint before we head over and see what this place is like. So Lightship Brewing Company, they make some of their own beer, but they have a lot of other local beers on tap as well. I've gone with an IPA today. I mean, how about that view though? Okay, we're here. Let's see what we got. Cool. Oh, this looks all right. Nice. Whoa, cool. This is a fun wood kind of log cabin. This is really cool. So we walk in and we have a wood stove, rocking chair. We have a love seat, kitchen table. We have everything we need. This is the 1-bedroom version. There is a 2-bedroom of this as well. So the bedroom is here, straight ahead. Basically, we've got a double bed. Really nice. I love all the wood in here. It looks really nice, really clean. Like, I can't get over how clean this is. And we have the bathroom, which is actually really big for a 1-bedroom. That's for sure. We got lots of towels. Nice big tub. Full sink. I am digging this place. Obviously has a balcony with a barbecue, and I gotta say, that's a pretty nice view. The couple of beer I picked up from Lightship Brewery. That's everything. Well, we're gonna keep checking out the grounds and see what else this place has to offer, but so far, so good. And besides the amazing view, there's also a playground with lots of activities for kids. And I just met the owner, Basil. He told me that there's deer that visit every evening, so I can't wait to see that. And he also invited me to a barbecue dinner, so I better go back to the cabin and get ready. So I was just getting ready to go out and I just noticed, this is awesome. This is something I appreciate almost more than anything else. Check this out. There is a power bar right behind here. That is awesome. I've never seen that and I super appreciate it. Because I actually bring a power bar with me every time I go to a rental property. Because I have so much stuff to charge.
Well, I guess it's time to feed my babies. Folks, here we have our share of deer around. And I tend to like to feed them along throughout the year, especially through the winter. You know, it can be a little hard for them sometimes, especially the little fellas that born late in the season, but with a pail of feed or so each day, they tend to make out good through the winter. And also I found I kept them off the highway, and since I've been doing this, I haven't had one casualty. Well, that's always nice. Anyway, I'm gonna go on over and feed them. Here they come now. Come on, little fellas. Come on. Come on, mama. Eat the supper. Come on. I have this funny, unique voice, you see, so they get used to hearing that sound, and well, then they know it's supper time.
Wow, that was cool. That was really cool to see all those deer. I feel like I could have kept recording and watching them all night. But now it's time for dinner, and as I said, Basil invited me up to have some dinner with his family and friends, so let's head up. I mean, it looks amazing. Well, thank you very much for having me. I really appreciate it. This looks amazing.
Yes, feed you. You know what cucumber salad is, John?
Cucumber salad? So this is cucumber salad, is it?
Yeah.
No, I can't say I've ever tried it.
Wow.
You've never tried it? Where are you from?
Halifax area.
Oh. Here's butter.
You like cucumbers?
Absolutely.
Oh, then you should
I'll try anything once. I've got some, thank you very much. That cucumber salad is awesome. Everything's phenomenal, but I've never had that before, so that was very interesting.
Like it?
Absolutely.
Easy to make.
Yeah, I guess that's geese comb, ain't it?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Good eye.
You always fly in a V-shaped form. One line is always longer than the other. Do you know why that is? There's more birds in that line.
That'll do it.
That would do it. Yeah. You didn't like it, I'll go for it. I'm ready to package it. You eat one, I'll get one.
I couldn't. I had to pull up. That was so good. Thank you very much. Well, after that amazing dinner, I was full. So I headed back to my chalet, and it was a little nippy, so I decided to try out the wood stove. And I was not disappointed. I enjoyed the fire for a while I had a beer, and then it was off to bed. See you tomorrow. The next morning, I woke up to a beautiful sky and saw some osprey flying around. So I went and had a chat with Basil, and he told me all about the osprey and why he thinks this property really stands out.
Well, down again yonder and behind the barn, there's a power line there, and the ospreys, they started making a nest onto it. So I quickly contacted Nova Scotia Power, because I knew there would be a casualty for sure. So they quickly came and they destroyed the nest, and they put some things there so that they couldn't nest there anymore. But then they asked me where could be another place to put a pole for that be safe. And I said, boy, I said, sir, you just follow me. I said, I got the ideal location. So they come up over here and they put that pole up on a Friday. And then Saturday, they showed up again to put the platform up, and they got it all done, and they weren't gone an hour, and 2 of them showed up. People that come here and never been here before, as soon as they walk through the door, usually about 85% of the time is the first word is wow. Whoa. Now you're up here in the country with the surrounding of the forest and the trees and the deer, but yet you're just a beautiful 15-minute walk, and you're right smack on the waterfront of Lunenburg, where Blue Nose sets and all the restaurants and art galleries and things to do in Lunenburg. I guess the other thing folks is discovering too, they can come here and perhaps rent this maybe for a week, because it's a great base camp. You're central. You know, you're just an hour from Halifax, an hour from the Annapolis Valley, you know, to Liverpool, Shelburne, you can only an hour and a bit away, and it's just so centered, you know, and so that you can go and you can enjoy a day, and you can go back and go into your cabin, and where you don't have to worry about rebooking another night. But we have the wood stoves you see here, which is hard to come by in a lot of accommodations today, and they enjoy, you know, the experience of a real wood burning stove. Of course, we supply all the wood, you know, that's included, and your barbecues on your decks and all the propane's included. And they just come here during the winter time and enjoy the winter season, the getaways and the quietness of it. And I always tell the folks, you know, there's going to be a snowstorm. Well, don't cancel. We keep the place plowed out all week through during the storm and before and after, of course. Come and book your stay when you know a storm is coming. And you can get all bundled up and have the wood stove burning nice and warm, and just watch how the storm goes through, and Mother Nature just puts a nice beautiful blanket on. When the storm is all over and the roads are plowed, well, then go on home if you want.
It's just started to rain, and I'm going to get Genevieve and I some sandwiches. She's on her way down from Halifax now. Found this seafood cafe and shop. I think they're gonna have some really yummy stuff that is gonna be good for both of us, so let's see what we got. So I stopped into Dory Mate's seafood shop and cafe, and they had an amazing selection of seafood to either take out or get prepared right on site. For Genevieve and I went with the smoked salmon sandwich. It was so good, and I only narrowly avoided taking some tasty treats with me as well. After lunch, we decided to take a walk around town and check out some of the local highlights.
That's the one.
We started out at Ironworks Distillery, which began in 2008 and brews most of their rum, brandy, vodka, and whiskey using Nova Scotia local ingredients. They were in fact the province's first artisan spirit company and the first to produce vodka in Nova Scotia, made from Annapolis Valley apples. Their around-the-world specialty whiskey is actually fermented in bourbon barrels and then placed onto sailing ships and sailed more than 30,000 nautical miles and visits 30 ports of call before being sold for $200 a bottle. We continued to check out the local shops and then arrived at the Beach Peak Kitchen and Bar for our dinner reservation that we were definitely looking forward to. We started out with the burrata and an arancini. Next we had the calamari, some frites, and some tuna tartare. For dessert we had the affogato, which is a mascarpone ice cream with espresso and toasted pistachio. Yeah, that was indulgent. I loved it. And I don't even drink coffee. Everything was phenomenal. After dinner we took a walk along the boardwalk in Lunenburg to see the sunset. It was amazing. And then went back to the chalet to hang out for a bit before going to bed. The next morning, we got up and we packed and we got ready to go home. It was a fantastic stay we had at the Lunenburg Oceanview Resorts, and the only thing left to do is give it a review. Well, if you ever get the chance to go to Lunenburg, Nova Scotia, I hope you check out some of these places I've highlighted. Thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you in the next one.